What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jack Rabbit here, and I'm back with another Kamen Rider video. I'm not going to call this one Retro Rider because I think this figure is actually newer, but it's of an older character. You'll see here in a minute. Today I'm going to be reviewing the SH figure art. Kamen, I got to read the name because it's really Kamen Rider X8 Action Gamer Level 2 Heisei Generations Edition. I don't know what that exactly means, but okay. Basically, SH Figure had a bunch of the Kamen Rider X8 Action Gamer Level 2s they wanted to get rid of, so they slapped a fancy name on it, probably. That's probably what happened. But this is a really nice figure. Very nice figure. I don't buy SH Figuarts very often because they're not exactly cheap. They're not super expensive sometimes, unless there's a premium Bandai tag on them. Then they're extremely expensive. But yeah. So yeah. So here's the box. You got a picture of X8 there, holding his Gashapon Breaker, I do believe what it was called. Yeah, Gashapon Breaker. Then you've also got X8 logo. It says SH Figure Arts. Hold on, let me turn it this way so I can read the thing. X8 Figure is a standard action figure series that uses the art style and technology of Tamashii Nation to pursue characters' experiences through humanoid action. Okay, that was cool. You got the Bandai Namco there. That proves that it's within the last year, 2 years. I'm not showing Bandai and Namco actually combined. But, yeah, you got the Tamashii Nations, two Tamashii Nation logos. You've got the logo for the show for Kamen Rider X8. You got the Bandai logo. I don't know why you need the Bandai logo. They are in the Bandai Namco logo up at the top, but apparently they do. And then, of course, the rest of the Gashapon Breaker kind of bleeds over to this side. You got the SH Figure Out logo again there. You got the name of the figure there again. I'm not going to say it again. And that, I do believe, is the toy. All right, hold on. Let me get a better look at it. Yeah, that's the toy. I can tell. That's the show suit. That's definitely the toy. That's definitely the figure. And then the back, there is a little bit of bullshit nobody cares about. The reading stuff. Simple style heroic action. And of course you got the SH Figure logo there with the name. You've got a picture of him standing, the toy standing there, holding the Gashapon Breaker in the sword mode, which I do not remember X8 using the sword mode very often on the series. I mean, I know he used it at least a couple times, but I remember him using more the breaker mode, the hammer mode, than the sword mode. And now if somebody wants to go down in the comments and tell me he used it in this episode, feel free. I mean, as I've said before, I do not mind being corrected and somebody telling me, hey, hey, you're not exactly right. He used it more than you think. Or, hey, it's actually this and not that. I don't mind being corrected. Because I know I'm not perfect. And then you got a nice picture of some of the Heisei Rider. I think these are all the ones that are in this Heisei Generations line. You got Drive, X8, Geo, which I would not mind getting the Geo figure, Build, and Ghost. I'm not going to buy Ghost's figure or his driver at all, but I do love his jingle. I'm sorry, I do love the Ghost jingle. Personally, I like the Ghost jingle. Okay, so now we'll go over what is in the box, of course. So you've got the Gashapon Breaker in the sword mode, of course. With no handle, because and then you got the Gashapon Breaker in the mode, and this has the handle attached, which can be detached. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. And put onto the sword mode. There's alright, you see here, it's very tiny, but there's a tab here on the end of this piece, and then there's a hole for the tab on this. You just line that baby up, stick her in. And yes, for my more adult fans, I do realize that did not come out right. But yeah, I just don't have it in this mode because, as I said, I don't remember him using it that often. I remember him more using the breaker more often in the hammer mode. Hammer mode, breaker mode, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember exactly what the show said. To be honest, I do not remember. Alright, but I'm going to put it back on the hammer because that's where I want it. And then, of course, because this is a SH Figuart release, they gave you plenty of hands. I know that joke was lame. I know. I'm sorry, guys. It's the best I got. Alright, so we've got 2 open hands. 2 open hands. These things are small. 2 wide open hands. Now, I did swap out a hand on the figure itself. So there's one set of hands that don't match up because, well, their matches are on the figure. And then you've got, here's one of them. You got a holding hand for his one side. I think it's left. Or I said it was right. Hold on. His right, because I have his left on him. Because that's the hand I have the, and then you've got, this is actually the hand to do his little pose, for his pose, which I am not even going to attempt to do with the figure. I'm not a poser, okay? I just stick it on the shelf and have it stand there. I don't do posies. I'm not a poser. Okay, that joke was still lame. Funny, but lame. And then, of course, you got a fist hand. Now, the fist hands actually come on the figure. And that's his left fist. The fixed hands actually come on the figure when you get it out of the box. But I swapped it out because I've already had this guy on display for a little while. Since I've had him for a little bit. And, yeah, it's only right that he, yes. I mean, this guy's amazing. I mean, the attention to detail on him is really cool. I mean, check this out. You get his gashat, and you can actually either put it, and it's tiny. Warning. You can either put it in his you can put it in the key wall with the slot holder. You can either put it in the hold on, I'll show you. You can put it in the slot holder like he's doing a finisher. Or finisher. Because whenever he does a stage change, they don't have a gashat in. That's right. It does go in there. I swear. I almost need tweezers to mess with this guy. There we go. See, you can put it there, but you can also put it here and here as well. Like he's holding them, like he's holding it and going to use it. And you can also put it in the Gachapon breaker as well. Which I'll show you here. Oh, I can't really show you how to do it because of how tiny the gashet actually is. I mean, it's small. It is very, very small. But yeah, see, there you go. like he's doing a finisher on the show with the breaker, which is cool. And also, I mean, right now we're just going to go, after I put the gas shaft back in where it belongs. I mean, look at the details. I mean, I'd pull my gamer driver out, but that's down in the basement right now. I don't feel like going down to get it. But look at that detail. I mean, it says gamer driver there. It looks exactly like it does on the toy. It's kind of lit up just like it would be if, the gas shaft was in. And check this out. You can actually close this and open it back up. Don't know why you would, but you can do it. It's that little attention to detail that SH Figuart is very good at doing. The little attentions. The little things. It's those little things. Okay, now we're going to go over his articulation because he's got plenty. So his head can go. It cannot go 360 because of... See, it can't go 360. I thought it could. Maybe if I tilt this... Okay, it can go 360 somewhat. No, it cannot. It cannot go 360, but you still get a pretty decent range. The reason it can't go 360 is because it'll hit his collar here that he has. But it can go down. It can go up. He can kind of tilt it side to side as well. Like he's rocking out, but even though XA didn't really rock out much. All right, so then he's got, of course, a nice shoulder joint, as well as it can go 360 around on both shoulders, and it can go out, and I love how this armor piece here adjusts when you do that. It does not ever hinder, either when you're moving the arm around, like this, or if you're putting it out, it never hinders the motion. The range of motion, which is awesome because, let's be honest, there have been a lot of figures I've had, otherwise, that is an issue. All right, and he's got an elbow joint here, a double elbow, just like Hasbro figures do. A nice double elbow that actually I think works better than the Hasbro ones do. That's right, Hasbro. I threw some shade at you. I'm sorry. But I'm just being honest. I'm being an honest review here. And then, of course, we've got... And you can spin the rest. You can't... The one thing you can't do that Hasbro figures can do is you can't... there's no side-to-side motion. You can only spin it, which is fine. It still works. All right, and he does have a little bit of upper torso. And he does have a waist articulation. Of course, you only have so much right there. But he does have some, so. And then you've got the leg can go back, the leg can go forward. As usual, as most figures have nowadays, he has a butt problem. Whenever your leg goes back, and this is most figures, this is like across the board. It doesn't matter if it's DC figures, Star Wars figures. I've never owned any Star Wars. Marvel Legends. Does not matter. Majority of figures have this problem. Is the butt kind of blocks the leg from going full. And he does have a nice leg swivel, upper leg swivel, which is really nice. And then, of course, you got the double knee as well. Again, works. And maybe it's just this figure, but it works so much better than Hasbro's. I mean, most Hasbro's I have, I'll be honest, they've got stiff limbs. Alright, and ankle. He's got a good ankle articulation. No side-to-side ankle, but it does, as you can see here, it does go up and down. And, alright, and of course, it does also have toe articulation, which is a new one to me. He's got toe articulation. But yeah, and does it stand really well? Yes, it does. I mean, I had it standing on my shelf for a good, I want to say it was on my shelf for about a week, and it didn't fall once. Other than, like, when I grab something from behind it or something. What I mean by when I said it stands really well, I've got Power Ranger Lightning Collection, not Legends, Power Ranger Lightning Collections that will, I'll have them standing like I do X-Aid right now. You guys can't see it because he's off camera, but and they will just randomly fall randomly out of nowhere. I won't bump the area. I'll be laying down in bed, not anywhere near the closet where I have all those figures, which I need to put some back up. Actually, that's actually going to be a bigger process because I'm actually going to put something underneath the feet to keep them from randomly falling over. I'll be laying in bed, or I'll be in the other room, like in the living room where I am now, where I'm filming right now, and they will randomly fall over. There will be no reason. They will be standing perfectly fine, and they will randomly fall over. But this guy does not have that problem. He stands great. I mean, even with his weapon in his hand, which currently is not in his hand. But even with that, he still stands really well. Like, this guy's definitely impressive. I would not mind getting more SH Figuarts. Kamen Rider SH Figuarts. It's just I am going to be a little bit picky about which ones I pick up. I'm not going to pick up every single. Since I have X-Aid here, I'm not going to pick up X-Aid Hyper Tekken or Mighty Brothers X. Okay? I'm not going to pick up another form of X-Aid. One form. That's it. And usually I'm going to go with base forms. So, like, since I do have build stuff, I wouldn't mind getting Kamen Rider build. Since, no, I don't have anything Decade. Well, DN technically. But, yeah. So you guys see what I mean? I'm going to kind of follow the same rule I have with Power Rangers, which wrestling is going to make it a little bit more difficult with that. That's why I don't buy WWE figures. But, yeah. So, like, so right now, that's the plan. Again, definitely like this guy. I definitely recommend. Jack recommends. This guy for sure. Let me get on Toku Collectibles real quick. I'll tell you guys if he's still up on there, so that way you guys can kind of know. And if he's not, you can check Ami, Mercari. Yeah, I don't get on these sites. HLJ. And I almost said Hobby Link Japan, but that is HLJ. Jack, you dum-dum. Amazon Japan, there we go. You can check there for them as well. No, again, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for him. You guys can look it up if you... But he is still currently in stock on Toku Collectibles. It's the U.S. release only. But that's fine. You know, that's no big deal. Well, at least it shouldn't be a big deal. If that's a problem for you, it doesn't matter. So the figure's the same. The only difference is literally... And by the way, I did have the name right on his weapon, by the way. It is Gashapon Breaker. That was in there too. But literally the only difference is between a U.S. release and a Japanese release. If you've ever pre-ordered anything that's got from Japan, literally the only difference is... I'm sorry for getting into this right now, guys, but just part of the conversation here. The only difference is Japanese releases will get here faster. And this is only a thing for like Toku Collectibles, because HLJ, everything's Japan. Same with Makaraki, same with Ami. Well, obviously Amazon Japan, duh. But you usually get it about, I think they say 2 or 3 weeks faster if it's a Japanese release compared to the American release of the toy. No, I think they say a month, actually. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I'm just asking. I'm just saying, just to say it, so that way you guys know. That's the difference. So probably since this is an in-stock toy, that won't be a problem. 2 or 3 the month thing probably won't be a problem because Toku Collectibles would already have it in stock. So it's just, it's just sitting there in their warehouse, so it's no big deal. But I don't know for sure. But if any of you guys end up picking this guy up, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. I personally think it's a great figure. I mean, definitely good for my first Kamen Rider SH figure. And I definitely plan on, at some point, picking up more. I'm not rushing like, oh my god, I'm going to go to Toku Collectibles and buy every single SH figure that they have on their site right now for Kamen Rider. I ain't doing that. First of all, my wallet would not appreciate that. But, yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. Definitely going to try to pick some more up eventually. Especially if I could get the rest of his set. Brave, Snipe, and Laser at least. Those 3 at least. But I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.